hell frozen over? Rob's on a Harley. My buddy up there is riding my bike, not the guy in front. Of course, he's on another cruiser, but that one over there, that one's mine. Typically, I wouldn't be caught dead on a Harley. I'm a little bit biased, I'm really biased against Harleys, but this one, I feel very honored to be able to ride. He doesn't trust this with anybody. This was his father's bike, and his father passed away from cancer some years back. And it's very sentimental to him, and I can understand that. I'm very honored that he's letting me ride it. Oof, oof, oh, oh, wow. But these are also, just remember, Rob's opinions, and Rob has been classically trained to hate Harleys. Let me explain. I lived on a street corner that had a stop sign. On the other side of that stop sign were people who worked graveyard and had Harleys. Ergo, I was woken up in the middle of the night 4 times a week for 3 years by that noise. Yeah, that noise right there. If anybody loses that much sleep due to a sound, they will hate the thing that makes that sound. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'll tell you what, it's vibrating my nose so bad, it itches so bad. Yeah, I was complaining about that monster, the Monster 1200 vibrating. That is nothing. This makes that monster feel like my Tiger. I have to say though, I mean, it's not quite as bad as I was expecting. I can do this to it. It really doesn't take very much input at all to get it moving. Oh, those brakes they don't exist. Okay. Oh my goodness, okay, yeah. They call them cruisers, Rob. Cruise. Oh man, those brakes are funny. I think I'd be better off with putting my foot down. Still, the windscreen is wonderful. Oh my goodness. The windscreen. There's no buffeting. If I'm just sitting perfectly still, this is right in my field of view, which is kind of distracting. It can be adjusted though. So these bikes aren't known for their power, but they are known for their torque. That wasn't bad. Right, brakes. Gosh, that was just about everything I had. I happen to not care for the seating position. I don't like having my feet forward, but I can see how it can be comfortable. This has a little tiny lip of a backrest. I bet it'd be very comfortable on like old Route 66 or something like that. I bet that'd be bitchin'. So long as they put different pipes on it, because that noise is already starting to drive me freaking up the wall. It doesn't like the bumps, and I don't know where the horn is. Okay, because I can feel the chassis shimmying under me. I'm getting a lot of feedback from the chassis at these low speeds, man. If I wanted that kind of feeling out of my bike, I'd be going way felony. So, you know, that's something about this bike, I have to say. Oh, what is it? Yeah, I never even said what it is. Okay, yeah, it's a Harley-Davidson, obviously, but it's a 2000 Dyna wide glide. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. And I'm honored to ride it, and I absolutely hate it. So, that's Rob's review in a nutshell, apparently. It's a fantastic bike that I hate, that I'm pleased to be riding. Oh man, this review is fun. Oh, just so full of contradiction. But my nose itches so bad. Oh, I hope we're still friends after this. He's going to be mad at me that I said so many mean things about his wonderful bike. Oh. But guess this vlog has two parts, right? Because, okay, so that was my review of the Dyna Wide Glide. Part two of this is I wanted to discuss beginner riders, right? Because the guy in front of me, this is his first, like, really good outing. He's got maybe 300 miles experience. And he's doing really well. I'm impressed by his restraint. He's not pushing it. He's doing everything that the class told him to do, which is awesome. He's keeping his head up, he's looking through the corners, he's not trail braking, he's not following too closely, he's picking good lines for the most part. Ooh, he wasn't looking where he was going. Anyway, he's on a Honda Shadow 750. I think that is a wonderful beginning cruiser. And I think a great many people from across the country, across the world, are going to think that's a terrible choice. It's way too big. He already feels like he's outgrown it, which is kind of surprising to me. He was saying that he wanted to get like a slightly bigger bike, like an 1100. And I heard that and I about choked. But that's because I forget how these engines are tuned on cruisers. This Harley-Davidson, for example, is 88.6 cubic inches, and it produces less than 80 horsepower. An 1100 might be poor enough for a beginning rider, if that makes sense. Not intimidating and not like rip your arms off scary for a beginner. I know across the world, especially like in Australia and the UK, there's a pretty strict limit on the engine size that you can start out with. I would be a proponent for that. I think me starting out on a 600 wasn't particularly the best idea in the world. Here in the States, you can get your license. Screw that. You don't even have to get your license. You can get your learner's permit. Go out and buy an S1000 RR and ride the balls off of it. No brakes. You can do anything you want so long as you stay off the freeways, you don't ride at night, and you don't have a passenger. I think American laws are really lax. Someone from the UK or Australia, tell me, would a Honda Shadow 750 be learner approved? Because I think it's actually a really good learner bike. If you're getting into cruisers. For those of you who don't think a Honda Shadow 750 is a good learner bike for cruisers, like your first cruiser, what do you think is? Right? Because I think it's absolutely outrageous that you get your permit and they put you on like a Nighthawk 250 or something, because that's really not a cruiser. You need something with some heft. I mean, that's what you want this for. You want this big old heavy thing. Like, well, what's the point of getting your motorcycle license if you have to spend a year writing some POS that you can't stand? But if they required me to ride a bike I can't stand for a year before getting the bike that I actually want, I'd never have gotten my license. I wouldn't have done it. So yeah, I guess that's my 2 cents on the whole licensing issue. Tell me I'm wrong. I want to be wrong about that. So thank you for watching. I am out. See ya. Lake Berryessa. Year 4 of a drought. It's a good, what was that, 20, 30 feet low? We are going to run out of water. Yeah, California is going to turn into the New Mexico. New Mexico. For you Whovians out there.